Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing a layout with you that is using one of my Felicity Jane kits, and actually I may have stuff mixed in from multiple kits, but I believe the majority of it came from the what I'm doing now Felicity Jane kit, but I do put them all in one iris container, and then I put all my embellishments in there on top because most of the papers mix well together. So anyways, you'll notice in the beginning I had a cutout. It said "This is love," and I cut those letters out using a cut file from the cut shop. It was called the All Tied Up cut file. And so I basically just took the outline of those letters and I got rid of all the inner part of the letters once I traced it. And then I went through and found some papers that I thought coordinated well. And right now you can see I'm just backing those behind the letters. So it's not like a difficult process or anything. The main thing is just finding the papers that you like and that coordinate well together. I did pull out two different patterns that were from the Amy Tangerine +1 line in a 6x6 pad because I just wanted to add a little bit more interest with the patterns. So, and I didn't want to just repeat the same ones. So when I do the word "is," I pulled out that 6x6 pad and found two patterns in there that coordinated well with the papers from my Felicity Jane kit. So right now I'm just going through and backing each one, and you'll notice the back does not look too pretty, but that's okay because nobody's going to see it. So only I will know, and I guess you all will know now if you watch this video because you will have seen me, but I'm just taking washi tape and I am taping that down. And this layout was actually inspired by Ashley Horton. She did a layout where it was Good Boy was the name of it, and it had her cute little dog, and she had cut out the words Good Boy. I'm not sure what letters she used to do that, but I really liked the effect that it had because the letters were so big and it just jumps out at you. And this is an easy way also to actually just put your title right there, and so you don't have to worry about finding a spot for your title or anything like that. So it was kind of fun to do this, and so I'm going through, and I can't remember if I show you this whole process of me backing this. Hopefully I cut some out of it, but maybe not. I'm not sure. So, but like I said, and the word is that right now I'm backing those, and I did take the 6x6 paper pad from the Yes Please line by Amy Tangerine. And so I'm going to get those on there. And this layout did take me quite some time. This part wasn't that time consuming, but after this you'll see that I am going to go around with my Tim Holtz poker tool, and I poke holes around the letters so that I could then stitch. And so all that stitching was done by hand. So, and of course, once I start doing that, I showed it to my mom when she was here to visit, and she's like, "Oh, why are you hand stitching that? Why didn't you just sew it on the sewing machine?" And I'm like, "Are you crazy? I would ruin this. I know I would." And she's like, "Oh, that's so easy." I'm like, "Well, it would have been nice to know that before I started doing all this hand stitching." So, but I do think maybe, the hand stitching probably has more of an effect than sewing on the sewing machine because the thread on the sewing machine was thinner than what I used, because I used embroidery floss, and since I was able to thicken it up by using more strands, that made it gave it more of an emphasis around those letters to make it stand out. And so I guess I did show this whole process of me backing those letters, but right now I am getting my photo. And lately I've been doing some square photos. It's kind of fun to play with them, and in this it worked out great for backing the O in love. And since I was using a bunch of colors, I did just make my photo black and white, and I also think it's kind of nice with, having the black and white background. So, and here I decided I was going to mat it on black cardstock. I like the way the black pops around the whole edge. So, it just gives it a little something extra. So now I am getting my photo stuck into the center, I believe. And there we go. And the whole time through, I'm trying not to get anything on my photo because every single time I swear I get something on my photo, somehow I get adhesive on it, and then I can't get the adhesive off without scratching my photo. So I took wax paper and I kept setting it over my photo, trying not to ruin the picture by getting any adhesive. But I think I did get actually a tiny little spot of adhesive on this, but I'm not going to worry about it. Once it goes in the album, you won't be able to tell. So here I go with my little poker tool, and at first I thought I was going to be all, precise and line up the ruler and try and keep all the holes evenly spaced, and then I'm like, oh, Kelly, what are you doing? Just throw the ruler aside and just start poking the holes. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's the whole point of this. You want to give it that eclectic look. So I go through and I poke around all of these letters. The one thing I do wish is that I would have kept the distance from the letter going around like the same around all the letters. I did not do that. And I think it would have been kind of hard to do that with the S's because there was a small area in those S's, and that was kind of tricky sewing those also. But here you can see, I showed you a little bit of the stitching, but I did not put much of that in because I think we all pretty much know how to do the stitching, just kind of back stitching. And this was the most time consuming part of this whole entire layout. So you can see I already stitched the word is, and so this took me a couple days, and I would just kind of go back to it here and there when I had time and go back and stitch around some of the letters. And soon I'll stop showing you because everybody knows how to do this. But I really like the way it looks when it's all finished. It really helps it stand out. So there you can see I've sewn around the edges of all my letters. And so then I'm going through the stamps. And the Felicity Jane kits they have great stamps, and they're really versatile, so you can use them for all kinds of things. You could use them for cards or for scrapbooking layouts. But anyways, I cut a little piece off of one of the cut apart cards, and I made it small so that I could cut it into a banner shape, and it coordinated with the I and this. It had that tealish color, and I wanted to get a little bit more of that. So I just pulled a stamp that I really liked, and it said "So Happy" in cursive. So I'm just taking that, and I did a test sheet on just a Post-it note just to make sure it was good since it was the first time I used it. I really don't have problems with these stamps. They usually stamp very nice, right out of the packaging. But just to be safe, it's always good to do a test on something you don't care about. So now I've got that banner, and I'm just getting the sizing of it. And then I also had a flare, which I think was maybe from the February Felicity Jane kit, but it said XOXOXO across it, really small, and it was bright pink and coordinated great. And that is, like I said, the kits do a lot of things coordinate across the month, so it's, pretty easy to mix and match. So I just went and I've got the flare on there, and I got the banner in there, and now I'm getting my flare stuck down over that. And I'm also going to use some of the wood veneer hearts that were in one of the kits, one of the Felicity Jane kits, but I'm not sure which one because we get them every now and then in different kits, and there's all kinds of little bits and stuff. So, and there was also a little heart that I cut out of one of the cut apart sheets, and I am sticking that down with some glue, and then I'm going to use one of the little wood veneer hearts layered on top of that. And I had another wood veneer heart, and it's going to go in the bottom left of my photo. And I really didn't do a whole lot of embellishing on this just because it had such a bold title, and you'll probably see me at one point. I did cut out some little hearts that I also have from the cut shop, and I was trying to incorporate those in, but it just didn't look right to me, so I left it out, and just opted to use some sequins around the page, so you'll see that in just a second, I think. So there I go with the hearts, and they really are cute, but I just felt like it was just a little too much. They just didn't you know, I don't know, there's something about it. So anyway, so here I go. I've got sequins, and then I have these little other little dots that are, I think they're made out of like cardstock or something, but they pop up and they're really cute. One of them was hot pink with white hearts, the other one was white with hot pink hearts. So I did that, and then I used some black sequins, which the black sequins I actually had from Studio Calico, and I just scattered those around on the page, and I tried to make them, you know, look like they weren't placed, but hopefully I achieved that, and even though I did have to move some of them, but I got those all stuck down using my Scotch wet adhesive, my quick dry adhesive. And then the little dots, the pink, the hot pink one, and then the white one, I actually use little glue dots underneath those, since they do stick up and they're a little bit hard to stick with regular quick dry adhesive. So I just use my little sticky dots under those, and that holds those great. So, and I think I'm just getting those stuck down. Yep, here I go with the little sticky dots. So I'm putting those on the back of those other little cardstock sequins. And I kept my journaling pretty simple. I actually typed it out for this layout, and you'll see me stick that on too. There was a spot right at the bottom. It was perfect for it. So here I go with my journaling strips, and really I just did 2 long journaling strips, and I'm just going to glue them on with my Scotch Quick Dry. And then I think after that, the only thing I did was maybe just add a few more black sequins down at the bottom once I got my journaling on, just because I felt like it needed something else. But after that, that's pretty much all I did. So thanks for joining me today, and if you are interested, I will leave a link below to Felicity Jane so you can check out their kits. They do sell out every month, so get on their site and subscribe if you're interested. But once again, I thank you for watching, and I hope to be back soon with another video. And I will have some still shots coming up for you.